Why do banks support DotMoney? DotMoney is not a threat to banks, but a facility for banks to help retain as much of their native currency on deposit as they can at all times, in order to profit from the lending of that currency. DotMoney is not intended to replace the currencies of sovereign countries, but to help maximize the value of these currencies. In addition, the GCR does not engage in debt-based creation or lending of funds from which banks derive their primary profits. Thus, DotMoney does not compete with banks. In every instance where DotMoney is being used, there will need to be an equal amount of GCR-eligible currencies on deposit in one or more banks in every country where DotMoney is in use. As such, DotMoney is not the enemy of the banks, and DotMoney seeks to have as many banks as possible as partners where people can walk into any local bank to buy or sell DotMoney, using the funds in the bank accounts that are held at the bank for the benefit of the GCR. The relationship between the GCR and any retail or commercial bank is incredibly simple. Banks become partners with the GCR by simply allowing GCR to hold accounts at the bank in order to accept money from people who want to purchase DotMoney and to enable the GCR to purchase DotMoney for their own account from ordinary people. Acceptance of credit cards or use of complex merchant accounts is not necessary in order for the bank to do business with GCR and DotMoney. In addition, banks that are able to provide GCR with a simple online banking API, as used by many commercial accounting packages, will not be bothered by any of the overheads associated with the management of the account, as the GCR will be able to remotely monitor and transact from the accounts. There are substantial profits to be gained and no downsides or substantial risks for banks who allow the GCR to conduct business in accounts at their bank. Banks stand to gain immediate profit from lending to GCR because GCR simply keeps its money in the bank and only purchases DotMoney from funds drawn from a credit line that is provided by the bank and secured against the cash deposits in the account of GCR in the native currency. Now, in other words, GCR simply parks money in its account at the participating bank in the native currency of the local bank, and then only withdraws money by drawing down on a credit line that is provided by the bank that is secured by the funds on deposit in GCR's account. In this way, GCR pays interest to the bank for keeping money on deposit that is spent by GCR in repurchasing DotMoney. GCR only buys DotMoney using credit lines from its partner banks in order to ensure that GCR keeps as much capital in reserve as possible at all times in order to mitigate a run on any particular currency. It costs less money for GCR to pay interest on money that it uses to buy DotMoney than it would if GCR were to buy back DotMoney in any other currency. In this way, GCR utilizes the debt-based and lending businesses of their partner banks around the world and allows those banks to make money doing what they do best, lending. And again, transaction costs are virtually eliminated for the banks in dealing with GCR because GCR monitors their own bank accounts, deposits, and issues expenditures through the bank software API.